But that linebacker 3 spot is going to be very, very important for us if we're going to be in base way more than we're used to seeing under Salah Ulbrich. Then the third linebacker is going to be on the field more, and that should help in run against the run. It should help in terms of covering tight ends, in theory. In theory, anyways. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Although what I did notice in doing the drive charts for all the preseason games, when the opposing offense is in any kind of heavy, 12, 21, nobody really went to 13, 12 or 21, we're in base 100% of the time. Like there's no deviation. That's a normal thing, but with Salah and Ulbrich, they would be in nickel sometimes against heavy personnel, like a higher percentage than you would think. Because they just trusted Michael Carter so much. And I think they over relied on him, to be honest. He's really good. But if you're asking him to be a linebacker type, make those linebacker type of plays, I think that's not bueno. He's too small. He can almost do it, and that's that's a plus for him as a player, that he's so versatile. But at the same time, you kind of want a linebacker to make linebacker plays, I think. And so I do think that this coaching staff is, they're doing things that kind of make sense like that. Like there really is no reason, I think, to be a nickel against 12 personnel. There just really isn't. I mean, unless you're facing like, okay, a guy like, I'll give you two examples. A guy like Kyle Pitts, he's not really a tight end. Let's be honest. A guy like Mike Gesicki, okay, he's not really a tight end. Even a guy like a Travis Kelce, really. These are wide receivers in tight end bodies, really. And so when you're playing against those type of people, all right, you might want Michael Carter to cover those dudes, even though those guys are taller, and Michael isn't that tall, but still he can run with them and so forth like that. For the most part. But other than that, when the other opposing team's in 12, we should be in base. I agree with this. I agree with Wilkes and Aaron Glenn when they're talking about that stuff and they're doing that stuff. So that's a good sign. Now the other thing we'll have to see with the addition of Harrison Phillips, who has a lot of experience at all kinds of techniques in the interior defensive line. Does this allow us to play any zero tech? Now, we have not played very much zero tech at all under the Salah Ulbrich era, so we're not used to seeing it, at least these past few years here. So even in a 4-down front, you can still play zero tech. It's unusual. It's a little strange, a little rare, I guess I should say. But it can be done, and there are reasons to do so, such as a tight formation and other things. So does that acquisition allow Wilkes and Glenn to have more schematic fluidity, as we call it, which I think is also a plus. In today's game, you need to have schematic fluidity. You cannot run the same crap over and over again. Teams are too smart these days. They have instant access to film. They know what you're doing in 2 seconds, so you have to change it up. You have to give them unscouted looks. You have to do different things. You have to confuse them. You have to do that in the modern NFL, in my opinion. I do not think in the modern NFL that you can just run the same crap over and over again like the old days, and people could never figure it out because they just didn't have access to information. And even if they did have the information, they hadn't practiced against, all of this because, again, they didn't have instant access to info. So they only practiced against certain things. So if you did something unusual that they hadn't practiced against, you could run it the whole damn game and they would never, be able to figure it out, pretty much. So those are the old days. Now, I mean, they're talking about Microsoft is going to be providing AI on the sidelines. I don't know what that's going to look like, but it's, it's a changing world. And to me, I think you need to be schematically fluid. That's what I think.